Excellent. Excellent. I love it. Hey, welcome to Justin R. Harris. You guys got me live. You know that we are knocking out this. I'm going to go ahead and correct this volume right here because I don't want that delay at all. Got it. Okay, so welcome, guys. This is my first time actually tying it into my LinkedIn. You know what we're doing here. We're following the Daily Drucker here in Business Insights, 366 days of business insights, especially in this economy right now, where the big issue is, where are we headed? We're talking about inflation. We're talking about business ethics. We're talking about the millennials who are on an entirely different mindset when it comes to employment, businesses, their direction. They are more on an entrepreneurial mindset. So you as a business owner, or as a self-employed person, or maybe you own something on a much larger scale, being able to manage accordingly is key. And that's why I have this business playlist, our business series, under my YouTube channel. And I will drop the link in the description below. I always drop the videos if you guys look. From my background, being quite extensive in business across the platform, from film to finances, and of course, me and my director status in commercial real estate here in South Florida under the Realtors Association, Florida Realtors Association, which is under the National Association of Realtors, NAR. My status, director of the RCA, which is a Realtors Commercial Association here in Florida. So I have quite the resume when it comes to investments, finances, and so forth. I like to stick strictly with that, but I have another channel where I focus a lot on that. It is under Justin R. Harris. If anyone feels like they want to be froggy and join that, that's once a week, and we dive into a lot of the economics and so forth. But on this one, I keep it short because this business series, the whole point of it is to be literally 4 to 5 minutes of motivational, directional information on getting you focused with your company, with yourself, whether it's self-management or what have you, as you start your day. And whether you're starting your day now or so on, maybe you started it already, and giving you insights, solving business scenarios daily. In my YouTube description, in the description below, you have access. If you want to follow along, what I follow is Peter Drucker's The Daily Drucker. Excellent book. Definitely click the link and go get it. If you could follow along, if anything, follow it. It's amazing when it comes to being able to characterize different solutions that you need. So for today, it's interesting because just like the title, nonprofits where governments fail. And essentially with everything that's going on right now, we know how we got into inflation. It happens every single time I want to say, in our economy here in the U.S., where when you throw out too much money out there into the world, and I say our nation when I say the world, we have a problem, right? Because when there's too much cash out there and we start creating inflation, then we need to start dialing it back because things start getting a little more expensive. It's like I give everyone $1 million, right? And then you all go out and want to go buy a Ferrari. Well, the price of that Ferrari is no longer $200,000. That price of that Ferrari is going to be like $500,000, $700,000 because all of you have $1 million. That $1 million is not like $1 million anymore. So that's the problem. So that's inflation. So correcting all that right now, the quantitative tightening that's happening and all of that, you need to understand what you can and can't do and how you can maneuver you as a business owner in this new economy moving forward, because it's not going to be a light switch of a fix. And if you're not resilient enough to move forward and you're not steadily reaching out for information to be able to make those changes, right, with your company or with yourself as a self-employed person, you're wrong, right? If you're sitting there worrying and sitting on your hands, you're wrong. If you're an investor that's looking to jump out there and get in the game and start grabbing things, exactly. While everyone else is going to be sitting and wondering, you're making moves. Now, if you can't, and for obvious reasons, things are tight, we get it. Everyone gets it. That's what it is, right? But if you can and you can make moves, this is the time to do it when there's blood in the water, is the saying, right? So I'm going to jump right into this. I don't want to spend too much time because this is even longer than I wanted to be doing this right now, but I wanted to give a brief introduction, if you will, on exactly the topics that I cover and why I've been posting these videos so that we can tie the community in together. We can, you know, I guess be a little more informed, sometimes thinking outside of the box and hearing different solutions that may not have even happened for you, but it makes you think ahead. You know how to solve a problem before it becomes a problem. That's excellent, because guess what? When it happens, it won't be a problem, right? So here on what is the 44th episode of Following here, we have the social sector is how this one is titled, if you will. And I'm going to read along like reading Rainbow to you. All right, so here we go. So it says the real answer to the question, who takes care of the social challenges of the knowledge society? All right, it says is neither the government nor the employing organization. It's a separate and new social sector. Now, mind you, this book was written in 2004, so it's been a while, right? Things have changed quite a bit, and you're going to catch on, and you'll see where this is applicable to today. Okay, government has proved incompetent at social problems and those solutions, if you will. The nonprofits spend far less for results than governments spend for failures. Instead of using the federal tax systems to encourage donations to nonprofits, we have the IRS making one move after the other to curtail donations to nonprofits. Each of these moves is presented as closing a tax loophole. The real motivation for such action is the bureaucracy hostility to the nonprofits. Not too different from the bureaucracy's hostility to markets and private enterprise in the former communist countries, of course, right? The success of the nonprofits undermines the bureaucracy power and denies its ideology. Worse, the bureaucracy cannot admit that the nonprofits succeed where governments fail. Okay, what is needed, therefore, is a public policy that establishes the nonprofits as the country's first line of attack on social problems. Then he comes with an action point. So the action points, the whole purpose of that is what you need to address based on that conversation. And his action points are as follows: support nonprofits in their efforts to tackle social problems. And it's exactly that. So if you think about it for a second, if you are a philanthropist or anyone of that such, we understand the benefits to being a philanthropist. You can do quite well, right? Now, let's look at different ways of addressing social economic problems, right? Throwing money at it isn't going to fix it, but nonprofits easily can get involved in different ways that help support your local communities in and around the cities where we know we have steady ongoing issues, and solve those problems. And there's plenty of creative minds out there that can put a solution together to solve simple problems. Like I had one the other day, and I'm just like, you know what? You know, if you are a REIT of some sort and you own several shopping plazas, I'm pretty sure that with education being on the level that it is right now, there can be several more scholarships dedicated to maybe some of the families that are not capable of putting their kids into even the state local colleges, even junior colleges, it doesn't matter, so that they can become, or even vocational, so that they are, you know, skilled workers, because not everyone is book smart, right? So that they can become more effective in their community, because local economies are what build up before the larger ones, right? That's how we keep each other going. You be able to create jobs within your local areas, and in doing so, increase the education there. And then that's a gradual step, generations moving forward, if you will, right? So those are just thoughts. This is what we do. And this is what I have been doing, posting these every single day, because if you're not in business and you're not sharpening your tools every day, which you're only as good as the tools you possess, then shame on you, right? Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. If you go over to the YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're just on LinkedIn, do me a favor, just like it, share it. I don't know, and jump in tomorrow. Thank you guys. Justin R. Harris. See ya.